everyone. Imagine you are eating rice. Now imagine you break one grain in half, then half again, and again. At some point, you hit a question that is simple but profound. Can we keep dividing forever? Most of us are taught that atomic theory was discovered in Europe by names like Dalton. And that's true when we talk about modern science, measurements, experiments, and chemistry. However, one of the earliest systematic atomistic theories actually came from an Indian philosopher almost 2,500 years earlier. Kanada was an ancient Indian philosopher. The details of his life are uncertain. He wrote his ideas in the Sanskrit text, the Vaisheshika Sutra. It means particularity or distinction. It is fascinating that some of his ideas appeared thousands of years before scientists like Isaac Newton formally discovered them. So, let's look deeper into his ideas. There was a story told that one day, Kanada was eating rice, taking bites, breaking each grain into smaller crumbs. He then realized there must be a crumb that is so small that it can't be broken down any further, which is indestructible. He named these particles Anu, meaning atom, and Parabanu, meaning subatomic particles. He noticed how these particles could combine in different ways to form every kind of matter. He believed these particles varied in type and amounts. Isn't it astonishing how much his idea resembles what we now know about atoms and elements? In his book, the Vaisheshika Sutra, Kanada names 9 parts of reality. He names the 4 elements: earth, water, fire, and air, which make up all matter in the universe. Different objects had more or less of these elements. He also believed the universe included mind, direction, time, space, and infinite souls. He distinguished 6 properties that describe all matter: substance, quality, activity, generality, particularity, and inherence. These features helped explain why certain objects behave differently. In his book, Kanada wrote, "Heat is the root cause of all change. Due to heat, mango ripens. Due to heat, water boils." His theory aligns with how we understand chemical reactions today. One of the most interesting parts of his book are his thoughts on motion. Although Kanada did not use equations or experiments like Newton, the Vaisheshika Sutra shows a deep interest in motion and cause and effect. A well-known line, Sutra 1.1.14, is often translated as action is opposed by its effects. This is not exactly Newton's third law, but it shows a similar curiosity. When something acts, what changes? What resists? Kanada even described terms linked to gravity, naming it later using the term gurutva, meaning heaviness. Isn't that fascinating? In his book, Kanada links motion to the idea of Atman, or one's soul. He states, the effort of the Atman results in the karma, or the movement of the hand. The cause of all movement is one soul. We can relate it to our daily lives. If one feels a soul of unpleasantness, then one's actions, therefore karma, will reflect it. Kanada's ideas appear across many Indian religions, including in Buddhism and Jainism. He was one of few philosophers who believed they can gain moksha, or ultimate enlightenment, without the guidance of God. He is often referred to as Uluka, meaning owl. He founded a school named the Vaisheshika, which explores his fundamental atomistic theory and combines science, religion, and philosophy with observations. Science is a global story, and big ideas can often begin as someone's quiet question while watching fire, eating rice, or observing change. So, pause for a second. The grain of rice. When you break it down, you're not just making smaller particles. No, you're asking a bigger question. What is the world made of? And how do we know it? So, the next time you hear one name attached to a big idea, pause for a second and ask yourself, who asked this question earlier, elsewhere? And what did they notice? Because sometimes the smallest forgotten name can change how you see the whole world. Thank you for listening.